Good Friday morning. I'm Matt Carruthers and pleased to take the show on the road to arguably the most prestigious meeting in all of racing. It's opening day of the 40-day summer meeting at the Spa in Saratoga Springs, New York. Live from Saratoga, I'm Matt Carruthers. And only $809,000 in purses. Opening day here at Saratoga. As mentioned, the first of their 40-day meeting. It's the oldest meeting in the United States. It dates back to 1864. This is meeting number 144, and we are thrilled to be on location for opening weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and a terrific 10-race opening day card, followed by an unbelievable 11-race card on Saturday. To feature the Grade 1 TVG Coaching Club American Oaks. I'm also pleased joining me on the set right now, dear friend, a hell of a trainer, and a guy who does a little bit of handicapping from time to time as well, Kelly Breen. Kelly, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Okay, a couple of features here opening day at Saratoga, and you were going to be part of the Schuylerville. We'll get into why Mr. Hall's Opus not going to run in the Schuylerville, but it still could be a big opening weekend for you. And I talked about the purses, $809,000 today. And as we look through the entire meeting, I think 15 grade ones.
Show me the money.
35 graded stake races.
No, this is awesome. I mean, this is the pinnacle of racing right here. And, show me the money. You build it, they will come, the whole thing, whatever you want to call it. It's, this is great. This is what it's all about.
And the weather is not going to be an issue at all. It's actually, you might be a little chilly in just your short sleeve shirt right now. It's a little cool actually here.
This morning I was wearing a jacket, but it's just beautiful. By the time the racing's going to be going off, it'll probably be mid-70s.
Yeah, I think a high of 77 expected. They're expected to have dry conditions all weekend, fast main track, firm turf course. Mentioned the big race tomorrow for 3-year-old fillies, and the big race of the meeting. It's Travers Day, August 25th, Grade 1 Kings Bishop, Grade 1 Ballerina, Grade 1 Test. So 4 of the 15 Grade 1s will take place August 25th here at Saratoga. Our set is located kind of going right in to the first turn. And Saratoga is a meeting that's meant a lot to me from afar. I've only been here once. That was back in 1998, but it's been a lot more to the voice of NYRA. He's been the voice of NYRA for a long time. He's Tom Durkin, and yesterday he caught up with Greg Wolf and Nick Hines to talk about the significance and the meaning of Saratoga to him.
One of the great things about Saratoga is that you're close to everybody. You're close to the horses. You're close to the fans. You can feed off the crowd. You can't do that really at Aqueduct and at Belmont either, at least for me. I'm 94 feet in a glass enclosed booth at Belmont. And right here I'm pretty much stuck in the middle of the grandstand. And it's great. It's just terrific. And for the fans too, when you're in the backyard, you can smell the liniment, you can hear the crackle of the leather, and it's a real visceral environment that you really don't get in this day and age of watching races on TV.
All right, looking forward to hearing Tom Durkin, first post at 1 o'clock Eastern, about an hour and a half away from a start. Again, two Grade 3s today. The Grade 3 James Marvin race. We'll begin with the 6-furlong Schuylerville Grade 3 event for 2-year-old fillies. You were going to have a filly. It's going to be a price horse in this race. Mr. Hall's Opus 15-1 morning line, but she's a late scratch in this race. Why?
She ended up with a fever yesterday morning, running 103. Put her on antibiotics yesterday. Just left her 15 minutes ago, and she's doing well, but she'll live to fight another day.
Okay.
Maybe make the next stop.
Okay, and she only raced once. She was second choice in a 6-horse field. As we take a look at the race now, Kelly, over a muddy racetrack at Belmont back on the 2nd of May. How come no races since this start, and why, based on this performance, do you think she was maybe up to the task in the Grade 3 Schuylerville?
One of the big things that Saratoga has going on for them right now is that if you break your maiden at a Belmont or Aqueduct and you win a graded stake race at one of their tracks in this calendar year, you get a $100,000 bonus.
Wow.
So
okay.
if you handicapping the race, I saw that she ran a very slow track variant, and I thought that she ran a game race. She was running hard throughout. Elvis rode her, said that she never gave up, she never stopped. I thought 6 furlongs would have hit her right on the head. Being a long shot, I would have put my money on her. I might have bet her across the board just in case, but I think that she was one of the horses that definitely would have fit in this race.
Okay, so temperature for Mr. Hall's Opus. And I always know you're a hard worker. You've been up since 2 o'clock today, right?
I drove from my house in New Jersey.
So you're going back and forth, Mama Saratoga?
A little bit. I stayed up here 2 nights since I've been here for 8 days, but the rest of the time I put on about 2,800 miles on my car in 10 days. If
we have dinner tonight or tomorrow night, are you going to nod off at the table? Is that going to be a problem?
Right after we're done here, I'll nod off, and I'll probably wake up around the 3rd race and get ready for the feature.
He's okay. He's just getting old. He's just getting old. All right, so no Mr. Hall's Opus in the Scotterville today, but you seem to be talking to, before we went on the air here about 15 minutes ago, very excited. Tomorrow's feature, it's not a grade 3, folks, it's a grade 2. It's a Sanford for 2-year-old boys, and you have not Born Identity.
Burn.
But Burn.
Burn, baby, Burn.
Do you call him Jason Byrne?
No, he's Born ID.
Okay.
And he's fast. So there's just no way for me else to say is that he is fast.
Okay, Burn Identity, and you were telling me, I haven't seen the morning line yet, but you think he's going to be 5-1 is what you're thinking?
The opening line is 5-1.
5-1 on Burn Identity.
I don't need anybody to pick him.
Here he is. So he is fast. There he is, going right to the lead.
He's just, here he is. I don't know if they were seeing the video, but he makes the lead.
Oh, they're seeing the video.
Rosie relaxes on him, and then halfway around the turn, she asked him to go, and it's see you later. He's just fast.
So you knew he was fast, obviously, going in. So this wasn't, even though you were excited with the win, it wasn't one of those wins that you were surprised about, though. You figured he'd run well in this race.
This is his 2nd race. His first race, he got beat. Now, I could say I was a little bit disappointed, but I did not crank down hard on him. I didn't give him all the gate workouts that I might have should have if I wanted to win first time out. But he is really woken up since his first race. He's just really fast.
Look at him pull away, too. So he wins for fun, and he's been breezing here at Saratoga?
He's breezed at Belmont before he came up here. He breezed in 59 and change on a somewhat slow racetrack. He came up here last Sunday. He went 34-2 out in 47 flat, and could have went faster.
And all you can do is worry about your own horse. You know he has ability, you know he's fast, you know he's quick, you know he has talent. He's shown that in the afternoon. He's doing well in the morning. But it is Saratoga. It is a grade 2. So you know that there's going to be some others in the race, other trainers like Todd Pletcher, for instance, that feel the same way you do.
I was a little surprised. I think there's only maybe 3 horses that are Belmont winners and against him going for that. It's the same thing with him. It's a $100,000 bonus. Any 2-year-old wins at Belmont or Aqueduct, comes and wins any stake race in the calendar year, $100,000 bonus, So I'm here to get the money.
I don't remember you being so greedy. It's just all about. Isn't it about winning at Saratoga? Isn't it about the prestige and the honor of winning here at Saratoga?
If you don't have the money,
does that mean something to you?
If you don't have money, you don't pay the bills. So, wherever we go, I've been at all different obscure racetracks in the last 5 years, trying to get the money. If you build it, you pay me, I'll show up.
Okay, well, maybe you'll get the money at a different racetrack. Next weekend, we're going to talk about my Adonis right now. This is a horse that me and you have been talking about in conversation on the phone or via text for a long time now. Is it fair to say, he wins the Long Branch in his last start, that you've been a little disappointed with him as a 3-year-old thus far before the Long Branch? Is that fair? Or not?
Yeah, I mean, he's taken his time to come around. We ran well against Hansen down at Gulfstream.
Yeah.
He threw in a clunker at the Belmont when I thought he was training exceptionally well. He finally wins in the Long Branch.
This is the prep for the $1 million Haskell, which is next Sunday, July 29th at Monmouth Park.
Correct, although he's here right now.
Okay.
So we might...
what are you doing? What are you going to do? No Union Rags now. Obviously no Bodemeister. Painter's going to go now for Baffert, I read the other day.
We're going to eye up the field.
Dullahan.
We're going to eye up the field, but if we were to come here possibly for the Jim Dandy and/or the Curlin, which is the day before the Jim Dandy, I wanted to get him used to this track. This is a little bit funny track, a little bit deeper than what's at Monmouth Park,
You just want to keep your options open.
Yeah.
You know he likes the track at Monmouth. We're showing him a winter race there in the Long Branch. So you want to see if he likes track at Saratoga. Then you have a decision to make. If he doesn't train that well here, your decision is easy. You go in the Haskell, as they're tending to the track right behind us right now. Live TV, as we're literally located right going to the first turn here at Saratoga.
The Haskell is my home course. It is a grade 1. I wish his performance, honestly, in the Long Branch was a little bit better.
Okay.
And if, we can...
It was an okay field, though, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
all right field.
the horse that finished second of Asmussen's is a dynamite horse. I just thought that it was a mile and a 16th. This race coming up is a mile and an 8th, either racetrack at Monmouth Park or here. And, he was getting tired. So if I have to come here and pick up 600,000 instead of $1 million, that might be an easier spot. Well, I'll play it that away.
Now, you've been a successful trainer, whether it's down in South Florida or New Jersey and New York, for pretty many years now, I would say. But have you noticed, you win the Belmont with Ruler on Ice in 2011. Have you noticed that now you have a real good 2-year-old going in the Sanford, you have Maya Don. Have you noticed that your stock, maybe from a quality standpoint, it has gotten a little better over the last couple of years? It has, right?
For sure.
Okay. Well, I don't want to insult you, because you've had good horses throughout, but now at another level, right?
No,
it's kind of fun, isn't it?
When you're running in grade 1 races, and I remember I had an owner that we were in the late double when Baffert won.
Not the show that we have at TVG. Not the late double, not the show.
No. The late double at Monmouth Park. Going from the Haskell to a Jersey-bred maiden, and Baffert was win the Haskell out of my barn, and all I could think about is if I could get a Baffert Breen late double, I'm good to go. And now I'm running in the Haskell. Now I'm running in all of these big races. It's great. It's a little kid's dream come true.
Yeah, it is. It's a great time to open up an account right now, as well as Del Mar just had their opening day, obviously, a couple days ago on Wednesday in Saratoga. We are here opening day, 40-day meeting, and again, it's meeting number 144, oldest meeting in the United States. I think Pimlico is second, Fairgrounds is third. Get paid to play, earn up to 2 C-notes, sign up for a new account this summer, which are at least $250 for 4 consecutive months, and we'll give you $50 each month. TVG.com for more, not details, details. Kelly Breen and I, some handicapping on the other side of this break.
2-time Coronation Cup winner St. Nicholas Abbey, Hardwick Stakes winner Sea Moon, Coral Eclipse winner Nathaniel, and Japan's 3-year-old son of superstar Deep Impact, Tokyo Yushin winner Deep Brillanti, are just some of the entries for Ascot's King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Stakes, sponsored by Betfair. Get free PPs at TVG.com. And watch and wager on the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Stakes, sponsored by Betfair. Join us Saturday morning, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Bounced any checks lately? These days, banks can charge up to $30 a pop. But what about those checks you have to write? Call or go to moneymutual.com. We have the largest network of short-term lenders who could get you up to $1,000 in your checking account by tomorrow. No more bounced checks, no collection calls, no shut-off of services. Just be 18 or older with a minimum income of $800 a month. For short-term cash when you need it fast, go to moneymutual.com or call 1-800-585-CASH now.
Be a part of the TVG community and get connected. Join, chat, share, read unique perspectives from racing experts. Check out forums, blogs, and handicapping discussions. Vote on the hot topic and interact with TVG hosts. Plus, there's so much more in the TVG community. Learn, discuss, suggest, connect at community.tvg.com.
Thursday through Sunday, great racing from Emerald Downs. Watch only on TVG and bet at TVG.com. Thursday and Friday, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Weekends, 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. TVG Saturday, Del Mar Thoroughbred Club. Watch and wager on the Grade 1 $300,000 Eddie Reed Stakes. Graded stakes excitement with the Eddie Reed Stakes, Saturday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Welcome back, Blinkers Off. Very special edition live on track at Saratoga for opening day. And there's a statue of one of the greatest horses of all time, Seabiscuit. Kelly Breen, a standing trainer, Florida, New Jersey, New York, Burn Identity in the Sanford tomorrow. As I was coming in today, you know, the Racing Museum is right there. I've only been here once, didn't go. Have you been to the Racing Museum?
I've been there, and if you come out of there, and if you're not a racing fan, you don't have to be a racing fan to go in.
A little misty-eyed?
If you come out and you see the video, and you have to give real big props to Dwayne Lucas. You come out of there and you feel like Rocky Balboa. You are ready to go.
Well, I always feel that way. But yeah,
a little bit. Take it to the next level.
Okay.
So, and I don't know. I wouldn't call it so much teary-eyed, but it is. You're pumped up. You're like,
okay.
You know, let's go to the races. You know, I went on there on a dark day.
Okay.
And,
but if I have a bad day today, psychologically, it'll help me if I go there before I hit the track tomorrow. A couple of graded stakes today. Again, 809,000 folks in purses today. And the biggest race from a purse standpoint is Schuylerville. It's a $150,000 event. James Marvin, grade 3, $100,000 event. And big scratch in here. The Sundance Kid will be joining me in a minute. Tom Cassius told me zero rate policy is out. He will run in the opener tomorrow. And that's a huge scratch. From a pace standpoint, it's to make things easier for Pacific Ocean. First of all, I want to ask you about, you know, you're handicapped here, you're giving picks. I don't know. You probably won't say anything bad about any of these horses, but trainers they'll think people will stop you later and say, hey, why don't you like my horse? Say, what are you doing, Kelly? What are you doing? I thought we were, you know, a fraternity here amongst trainers. What's going on?
And I used to train for Dennis Narlinger, who owns the 5-horse Pacific Ocean. I just don't know.
This horse is fast. And he needed the True North. He needed that race.
Going by how the track
don't tell me closers. Don't tell me closers.
I don't know if speed is going to be good today.
Oh.
I don't know. And I've been on the track. They've been tightening it up. But going by last week, speed is good, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to hang on.
Okay, because that day that was Belmont Stakes Day. Pacific Ocean ran in the True North. Closers were winning left and right that day. So off a 6-month layoff, and there was a ton of speed in that race.
Yes.
For him to get the lead against that group.
In 44-2.
Yeah, it was serious pace. And I think he gets the lead in this race. This race was not a grade stake race last year. Why is it a grade stake this year? Because Jackson Bend won this race last year, and then he wins the grade 1 4-go out of the win a year ago. That's why this is now a graded stake race. Do you think Jackson Bend does it again?
Jackson Bend is 7-8 specialist. Saratoga specialist, 2 for 2. But that's not my selection.
Okay, so no Jackson Bend. You're not looking for horses to go gate to wire, no Pacific Ocean. So you're a Mike Rapoli guy. You're kind of Electronica.
A little bit. I just saw him in the racing office a minute ago. Yeah, he's here.
Okay. Oh, good. Good.
But yeah. I went with. I ran against the one horse before. I ran against him at Charlestown, and the horse is a trier. I think that it's 2 for 4 here at Saratoga, and that's my selection.
Okay. All right. Sundance Kid also corrected me a minute ago. Saratoga running race since 1863. Travers' oldest race in America. Travers goes back to 1864. Got to get it right. Schuylerville, grade 3. No Mr. Hall's Opus. She spiked a little bit of a fever. She's okay, according to her trainer, who's right next to me, Kelly Breen. And Dutch Rowe, leading trainer at Belmont, has got Baby J, private purchase, Mr. Pampa. And they liked what they saw in that debut, in which at 8-1, she went gate to wire and won and earned a pretty big figure, earning a buyer of 84.
And I like his younger brother's horse. So I went with Tony Dutcher.
There we go.
Horse.
There we go. So many ways. Why do you like her?
I just think that she's fast. First time Lasix in her second debut. Not saying that if she needed Lasix in her first start, but I think that maybe there's a little bit of an issue there, and they're taking care of it. He's a guy that really takes care of business, whether it was going through a scope and seeing that she bled, and maybe she could just get even better.
And a pretty good final time, 52-2 at Parks in her debut. Fully Living in this race. She battled Can't Explain. They're both in this race. Can't Explain the 4, Fully Living the 5. It was their debut. Fully Living came out on top, winning by a half length. Out of that race, Can't Explain goes gate to wire and wins by 4.5. Do you prefer Fully Living because she beat Can't Explain, or do you prefer Can't Explain because she moved forward from that defeat to Fully Living and crushed Maidens in career start number 2?
Well, after you win, you know you're not going to race for a little while.
Right.
You might need a 30 days of just, not to say chilling out, but you're not going to give it the workouts of what you would. Similar to what I have with Burn Identity. He has 2 races over the track.
Here's that debut, Kelly.
My horse needed his second start. Obviously,
This was a slugfest, this race, wasn't it?
Fully Living didn't need its debut, and it was a very good race, stretch duel, and I think that you can still figure that Fully Living is going to go forward after this race.
Don't you like the fact the way that she wins down on the inside in her debut? Filly down on the inside like this?
She comes back,
right?
Showed, heart, showed in gameness.
Yeah.
I do like these horses. I have something, in my heart for a horse that's won like this and had some time off. But I really honestly think that an outside post, Dutrow on the outside, no dirt in its face, has speed. Tony Dutrow, bust and go. See you later.
If we split a late pick 4 later on today, we'll play it on my account at tvg.com. We Allburger this race, don't we? As LaDuca says.
Yes.
Don't we?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like that, the Allburger? I like that. I use it. Saturday Spotlight race is right here, right behind me. Saratoga Grade 1 TVG Coaching Club American Oaks. $300,000 event for Phillies Field, a six-pack. Going 9 furlongs, otherwise known as a mile and an eighth. And again, weather is supposed to be a non-issue all weekend. Relatively cool. No rain in the forecast. Expect a fast main track 4 tomorrow. And Zoe Impressive, she won the Grade 1 Mother Goose in her last start, the 23rd of June. She beat Disposable Pleasure, the 2 in that race by 3 parts of a length. And she's your morning line favorite. I guess she should be, shouldn't she, when she just wins a Grade 1 in her last start?
I believe so. The question mark horse that I have here was the Kira McLaughlin. Ran over in this country. Questing, the one horse. And last time out, I'm not going to say that she freaked, but whatever that they found out about her, not to be on the grass, back onto the dirt.
Yeah.
Runs 105 by her, goes a mile and 134.
Who she beat runs today for Chad Brown, is going to be an odds-on favorite.
I think that there's not a whole lot of pace in the race. Mile and an eighth for Philly Amaris. I'm wondering about my selection is In Lingerie, and I'm hoping that I could just stalk that horse right there and beat So Impressive to the punch, and let Javier do his thing. He was riding In Lingerie for Todd Plesher, and like I said, I don't know if it's that horse is going to be that much to say the best horse in the race, but if Javier gets the jump on Raji Mirage, I think that Todd can get it back.
We gotta have dinner together this weekend. We gotta gamble together this weekend. We gotta hang out.
Bet.
We gotta hang out. I like In Lingerie as well. And I think it's the distance. There's only 2 in this race who's won at 9 furlongs. We're showing you the black-eyed Susan and In Lingerie stumbling pretty noticeably at the start of this race. She's still able to come up pace and win. And I think the key is this was a mile and an eighth. She's by Empire Maker out of a Stormcat mare. Zoe Impressive, hard spun filly. I don't know if 9 furlongs is going to be her ball game, whereas I feel very confident based on what In Lingerie's done at 9 furlongs, based on her pedigree, that this is a perfect distance for her as we're showing her, again, win the Black-Eyed Susan at this mile and an eighth.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, was hard spun?
Believe me, I will.
He ran in the Classic at Monmouth Park. And he finished second in the Classic, or second or third?
Ooh, maybe he was...
Does he run out of our barn at Monmouth Park?
He won the King Bishop here, too, at Saratoga. I believe. I mean, hard spun was at his best, 7 furlongs mile.
Correct, but going the distance, I'm pretty sure he was second in the Classic. That you might have a little bit of, underlying distance in there that a lot of people don't see.
Throw me a curveball out about hard spun. We're finished in the Classic. Delaware Handicap. I think the best horse in training in this country right now is running the Delaware Handicap, and it's a filly, and it's Royal Delta. I really do. I think she's a freak. I think she's the horse for the Breeders' Cup Classic this year. It looks like on paper it's a match race in this Grade 2 $750,000 event. I think we're running out of time on the show. But Royal Delta, I mean, she didn't run that great in the Dubai World Cup. She had a terrible trip in that race. Awful trip, and she came back and just crushed at Churchill on the 16th of June in the Florida Lee. We're looking at it now.
You see so many of the horses that go over to Dubai and do not come back, for 8 months, 10 months, or a year. They don't run their race. And she comes back over here and wins in a, pretty much a hand ride. I have a horse on the undercard over there tomorrow. I got Mike Smith on my horse, so props up to Mike Smith. I hope he wins wins 2 over there.
He's not going over just for you. He's going over there to ride Royal Delta for Bill Mott. Awesome Maria, 3rd in the Phipps. Odds. What happened to her in that race? I think she was on such a roll. Can she rebound from that performance?
You know, I did read some of the articles saying that Todd said that, you know, he changed up her training a little bit. I don't remember exactly what it was all about, but he said that he wanted to take some of the blame, that he, you know, changed up her training, that he didn't have her totally 100%, and that happens, whether it's, you know, difference in training, difference in, you know, maybe a workout didn't go right or whatever it was, but he's still up against a stacked deck and running against Billy Mott.
All right, I think Royal Delta is the best horse in training, but you know, one of the best horses in training is going to run in the Eddie Reed at Del Mar on Saturday. He's acclamation. Trainer Don Warren right now is kind of mapping out a plan similar to last year. Eddie Reed, Pacific Classic, Clement Hirsch, and it began with the Whittingham. And so far this year, June 9th, 1-start wire-to-wire win over Slim Shady in the Whittingham. That was his first start in 8 months. Pat Valenzuela aboard. The best horse is the fastest horse that likes this turf course and won this race last year. He's going to be 2-5. They're not going to catch him.
I knew a little bit before.
No, you're going against acclamation. He's going against acclamation.
I heard that your pick was the favorite, and I just did not want to be on the 2-5 favorite, so I went with Slim Shady. Garrett Gomez, I believe his first time on the horse. He gets a horse better to finish than anybody in the country, so I'm going against you.
I'm going to thank you right now. We have about 40 seconds left in the show. Good luck with Burn Identity tomorrow. Good luck with your decision on My Adonis. I'm sure you'll make the right one. Have a great meeting at Saratoga. Take a nap and get ready for a little dinner and cocktailing later on. Kelly Breen, very nice of him to join us on Blinkers Off. Very special edition of Blinkers Off from Saratoga. My play of the day will be race number 5 at Saratoga Saturday. Mandorla, the 8. 10-1 morning line, 5 for 12 in his career. Facing some sneaky good horses at Charlestown and Delaware. Cuts back from route races to 6 furlongs like Mandorla. 10-1 morning line. David Cohn for Linda Albert in race 5 at Saratoga on Saturday. Again, thanks to Kelly Breen. Good luck on all your handicapping this weekend. This has been Blinkers Off. We'll do it again next time. Next time will be July 27th.
Harvey Pack, may the horse be.
If you've got a